Yes, Mr. Baloyi, I'm told you intend starting a bit late. Where is he? Oh, Mr. Sban.
My lord.
Yes.
I was under the impression that the court has already received a message.
It's what?
The court has already received the correspondence from Advocate Baloyi.
Correspondence
Correspondence,
or
yes.
a message?
Yes.
What is, yes?
My lord, the witness is running late, but I understand he has already landed in OR Tambo International Airport. He'll be here before 10:30.
Ah, you're very hopeful. Never. It will never happen. 10:30.
Yes.
Right.
OR
But
Tambo.
you know what time is it now?
Yes.
What's the time now?
7 minutes past 10.
And then he lands at 10 o'clock there.
No, he's already landed.
When did he land?
Just before 10.
Just before 10, could be 6:30.
No.
When?
The last time I spoke to
Oh, you
the
spoke to him?
investigating team. No, not him per se.
Okay.
Yes. They were fetching him from the
Yeah,
airport.
no. I'll be surprised if he can arrive at earlier than 11. I'll be very, very surprised.
He will be here soon.
And that flight is from where? George?
From George.
Is it via Cape Town?
No.
The other way around?
George to OR Tambo.
George to?
George to OR Tambo International
George
Airport.
to Cape Town. Is that not so?
No.
Oh, so it starts from George to OR Tambo.
Yes.
All right. So we are improving. I thought George is a small airport.
Yeah, it is a small airport.
And now, is it flying with a private jet or what?
It's not a private jet, it's just commercial airlines.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fine, you let me know. But like I say, I anticipate if you are from OR Tambo Airport, it takes about 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Yeah, it will be much quicker with the blue lights. So you'll be here.
How they faced him with the blue lights?
Yes.
Which party does he belong to?
Which?
Party? I mean, politicians travel in blue lights, miss.
No, he's a retired lieutenant colonel.
And?
So, yeah. His former colleagues, they will collect
Oh,
him.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
So you let me know that.
Yes.
George.
It's big enough, but not your big flight aeroplanes can't.
Oh.
Only the small ones.
Is it? Okay.
Because it's not that big. Running like this.
Okay, okay. Yeah, the last time I was in George, it's when we went to the Aker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I'm staying
Hello?
about 35 kilometers from George.
Oh, from the, okay.
Cape Town Sun.
All right. Okay. Are we ready, sir?
As the court please, my lord, we apologize for the late start. We've already placed on record that the flight of Colonel Steyn was delayed.
Okay.
Secondly, my lord, regarding logistical arrangements for today, the defense has surprised us of the fact that they have an appointment with their ballistic expert at 1300 hours today. And they request that we sit until 1300 hours. There's no objection from the state side, my lord. Yes.
And this particular witness, will he be through by then?
No, not at all, my
So
lord. We'll just see how far we go with him, but he's here for the entire week, my lord.
Okay.
It's no
All
problem
right.
at
Oh,
all.
okay, fine then.
My lord, the witness is going to make use of new exhibits. Is exhibit KK1.
Yeah, before we start, I'm told your health is not that well.
That's right.
So if you want to sit down, you can sit down.
Okay, thank you.
Because I'm told you were hospitalized some week ago. So
That's correct.
okay, fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, you say triple K.
Yes, triple K1,
Ah,
triple K2, triple K3,
yeah.
triple K4, triple K5, and lastly triple K6, which is his affidavit that was requested by the defense, in particular Mr. Mgomezulu, when we adjourned on Tuesday.
Yeah, I must make this clear. It's requested by Mr. Gomezulu,
Yes, my lord.
this affidavit. It
Yes, yes.
was based on the ages. And I don't know, is it correct that all of you, Mr. Gomezulu, you subscribed to the requests which you said the state should accede to in connection with the evidence of the witness here?
Court, please, my lord, it was my request. I'm not sure with other colleagues.
Mr. Ramusipidi,
My lord, we subscribe to the affidavit that has been finished.
Mr. Mnisi,
As it is the court, my lord, once it gets used here at court as an exhibit, then it becomes, for all intents and purposes, a court record, my lord.
Mr. Umalo,
I've received the exhibit triple K6. Thank you.
Ms. Msharolo.
I confirm the receipt, my lord.
You know, I don't want to hack back to my experience in this court. You remember we did the same with Mr. House.
Yes,
You remember?
yes.
At that stage, Mr. Nis was supposed to cross-examine Mr. House, and problems arose regarding how he should go about adducing his evidence.
Indeed, my
And
lord.
all of you had a discussion how you want to go about it, and you all agreed, you remember?
Yes.
And then I made a ruling that Mr. Gous will be re-examined from the beginning by everybody after having been cross-examined by Mr. Gomezulu, Mr. Ramsipiti. And I said, the defense, to be fair, in the interest of justice, you can commence the cross-examination of Mr. Gous as from the beginning of his evidence. You remember that?
Indeed, my lord.
I heard Ms. Msholo, and I don't want to be laboring this thing, saying an injustice was committed in this court when Mr. Gous gave evidence. I'll leave it at that. An injustice. And I thought it was by agreement. Okay, you heard me. Okay, swear the witness in there.
As the court pleases, just before the witness is sworn in, the witness is also going to refer to Exhibit O in bracket 1. That's his own affidavit, and in particular pages 23, 26, and 27.
Okay.
He's also going to refer to Exhibit J1. That's the affidavit of Ms. Faithillingham. And just in passing to the bank records of accused number 5 that have been handed up as exhibits in this court. That's the Capitec Bank statement of accused number 5 is Exhibit Triple E. Triple E6, my lord. The net bank statements of accused, page 14 thereof.
Okay.
And just also in passing, Exhibit Triple A1, there's the affidavit of Mr. Chupe Christopher Matlo of the Road Traffic Management Corporation. Just briefly.
Okay. Yeah.
Please say your names, your full names for the record.
Lambertestein?
Do you have an objection to taking the prescribed oath?
No, my lord.
Do you accept that the oath is binding on your conscience?
That's correct.
If what you are going to say before this court is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, please raise your right hand and say, "So help me God."
So help me God.
So sworn, my lord.
Yes.
Colonel Stein, you have concluded your evidence on the 1st of August 2023, just slightly more than a year ago. Is that correct?
That's correct, my lord.
But the Colonel, esikhathini esingaba nje seduze nokuba esikhathi sonyaka ngomhla ka-August usuku lokuqala luka-August 2023 wane ubufakazi bakho athi yebo.
Now, it's on record that you have since retired. Is that correct?
That's correct, my lord.
Kuthiwa-ke usuthatha umhlalaphansi wathi yebo.
And when did you retire?
End of November 2023.
Wathi wathatha nini umhlalaphansi wathi ekugcineni kaNovember 2023.
Now, Colonel Stein, the reason for your recall is to deal with or to clarify the issue of the two calls as appear on page 23, 26, and 27 of your affidavit, Exhibit O in brackets 1.
Kuthiwa-ke kubizwa kwakho ukuthi uphinde ubuye la enkantolo ukuthi uzochaza kabanzana ngezingcingo ezimbili ezivela lapha kwa-affidavit yakho,
as well as the information contained in paragraph 9 of Ms. Faithillingham's affidavit, exhibit triple J in brackets 1,
futhi ke nalokhu kuvela ekhasini number 9 kufazi kwe-affidavit ka-mama uVaithillingham.
and her statement is dated 16 May 2024,
Statement sakhe sithi isikamhla 16 uMeyi 2024.
regarding the two calls
Mayelana ke
of the 2nd of
ey'mbili,
August 2014 and 15 October 2014.
esamhla 20 the first call, what's the date?
2 August 2014 and
Esokuqala
15
ke
October 2014.
kusho ukuthi ke ucingo lokuqala olwamhla 2 ku-August 2014 olwesibili ilolu cingo okubhekwa lona olukamhla ka-16 ku-October 2023.
Now, the main reason why you are being recalled, it was put to Ms. Faithillingham that you have fabricated your evidence regarding these two calls that are set out in pages 23, 26, and 27.
And into ke yenza ukuthi ubizwe la enkantolo ukuthi ke kwabekwa phambi kuka Ms. Vaithillingham ukuthi wena wazakhela lobufakazi laba lobu wabhala lapha mayelana nalokhu kubhalwe lapha ku page 23, 26 no 27.
Are you able to proffer a comment regarding this proposition?
Athi khona yini okufuna
allegation.
ukuphawula ngalokho?
That's correct, my lord. I'm in a position to do that.
Athi yebo kunjalo.
Is it correct that you have compiled documents to explain the conclusion that you've arrived at is exhibit triple K in brackets 1, triple K in brackets 2, triple K in brackets 3, triple K in brackets 4, triple K in brackets 5, and then your affidavit, which has just been handed up as exhibit triple K in brackets 6.
That's correct, my lord.
Athi ke lokho kukhona yini okubhalile wathi uzokuletha baphambi kwenkantolo njenge ama exhibit triple K exhibit 1 exhibit triple K exhibit 2 no triple K in brackets 3 no triple K in brackets 4 no triple K in brackets 5 bese kuba nale ozoyifaka ibe u triple K exhibit 6. Athi yebo kunjalo.
Do you prefer to testify out of your affidavit, exhibit triple K in bracket 6?
That's correct, my lord.
Yebo so let ubufakazi bakhe buphuma ku affidavit yakhe e triple K in brackets 6.
I just want to show you exhibit triple K 6. Can you just identify that document?
That's fine.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yes.
Sela kabheka triple K exhibit 6 ukusho ukuthi uyayazi in the document.
That's a document, my lord.
Yes, which one?
Triple K6. That's my statement.
Athi lesi statement esami esingene lapha enkantolo njengo triple K exhibit in brackets 6.
If I can ask you to turn to the last page of that exhibit triple K 6. There appears a date on which the statement was commissioned. Can you just put the date on record?
It was being commissioned here in Pretoria on the 8th of August 2024 at 08:45 by Lieutenant Colonel Rood.
Labathi ke lesi statement sa commissioner khona la ePitori mhla 8 August 2024 ekseni si commissioner uKennel Rood.
There's a signature there above the date. Whose signature is that?
Above the date.
Yes, just above the date.
Which date now?
On paragraph 9, just under paragraph
Oh,
9.
it's mine.
Yes.
Not one.
And if I can ask you to turn to page 1 of Exhibit Triple K6, there appears initials on page 1, page 2, 3, 4, then a full signature on the last page, whose initials appear from page 1.
It's mine, my lord, as well as Colonel Rood.
Kubanika sayindile lapho kulama lonke lamakhasi ombukiso athi imina ngisayinile futhi kwaphinde kwasayina uKenneth Road.
Do you confirm the correctness of the statement?
That's correct, my lord.
Athi silungile sonke lesi statement athi yebo.
If I can ask you then to turn to page 1 of the statement, Exhibit Triple K in bracket 6. Can you just put the contents on record?
That's correct, my lord.
Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay. I want to mention to the court, like the advocate already mentioned, that I'm a retired colonel of the SA Police, currently staying in Hartenbos, Western Cape.
You don't need to mention the address, sorry.
Sorry?
You don't need to mention your address.
Okay.
Athi uqhepeshe ke siphoyiseni kodwa ke sothatha umhlala phansi.
The facts I dispose in my statement now is going to be the truth. As far as my personal knowledge,
Manje lo uzokhipha lana enkantolo kuliqiniso njengolwazi lwami.
and are the best of my knowledge, both true and correct.
Njengokwazi kwami ke konke ke lokhu kuyiqiniso futhi ke kunembili.
Yes.
Then, my lord, I'm not going to mention my qualifications again, or is it necessary?
No, it's not necessary. They're already on record. You can proceed to paragraph
Paragraph
3. Maybe just that last paragraph before paragraph 3. That starts with your daily tasks.
My daily task consisted of analyzing and of detailed buildings of cell phones and cell phone site locations, mobile phone section 205 statements, and cell phone downloads.
Bathi ke umsebenzi wami kokuhlaziya omakhalekhukhwini nokuthi balaphi nokuthi konke okutholakala mayelana nomakhalekhukhwini kuchaza ukuthi labo makhalekhukhwini babe kuphi.
I also want to mention now that I did testify in the court before, like the advocate already mentioned, during August last year.
Sengithanda Paula futhi ukuthi bese ngilethile ubufakazi lapha enkantolo njengoba umeli esechazile.
I finished my career in November 2023 after 42 years of service.
Agcina ukusebenza ngoNovember 23 sengibe nesikhathi samashumi amathathu nambili weminyaka ngisemsebenzini.
And just for record purposes, if you can perhaps just repeat how many years you've spent, how many years of the 42 years have you spent analyzing cell phone data and downloads?
Since 1999.
Bathi ngaqala ngomnyaka ka-1999 ukuhlaziya izingcingo zomakhalekhukhwini.
I also want to mention, like in all the other departments, especially the government department, the day you finish your career, you have to hand it in everything. That includes your hard drives, your laptop, all your personal belongings.
Bathi ke njengoba sisenza kwa-government sifanele uma sithatha umhlala phansi siphindisele konke ku-government sikushiya konke ama-hard drive na konke esasisebenza ngakho.
I did bought myself a new laptop and hard drives, but with the new Windows program. And I also want to mention that on the government laptop, it was the old Windows 99 program, which is outdated.
Bathi ke ngathi ke uma ngikhumaleke government ngase ngisithengela eyami ke i-computer ngifake ne-Windows entsha ngoba le engangiyisenza kwa-government umhlobo omdala wawusebenzisa ke i-Windows endala.
That ended up with the replacement of the data to a new program that some of my files had been missing or misplaced.
Bathi lokho yagcina ke sekuthola ukuthi amanye amafayili ami awasatholakali noma alahleka.
But luckily, up to now, I got more than enough information to testify.
Kodwa ke manje nginalo lonke ulwazi engilidingayo ukuthi ngalisebenzisa ukuthi ngilethe ubufakazi.
I want to start with my testimony to draw the court's attention on the following.
Athi nakho engizofisa ukuqala ngako la enkantolo.
A Section 205 is a statement which we receive from the service provider in this incident, Vodacom.
Manje section 205 istatement osithola sivela kulaba abahambisa izingcingo manje kulokhu ke kwaba kwa Vodacom.
And like we all know, we do it, the investigation officer do it by submitting a statement to apply for this Section 205 from the service provider. Let's say Vodacom, NTN, doesn't matter which service provider.
Athi ke into enzekayo ukuthi ke ibhoyisa ke lelifuna ukusenza umsebenzi lifanele ufake istatement esesicelo sika section 205 kulabo abahambisa izingcingo ukuthi bamnike lo mbiko.
And just for record purposes, this section 205, it's a request for what?
It's a request from cell phone records made via your cell phone to the service provider,
Athi
via
ke
the cell phone provider.
Athi ke section 205 isicelo sombiko okhuluma ngokwenzeka komakhalekhukhwini kusho ukuthi ingcebo zonke nokwenzeka konke kulowo makhalekhukhwini othize kucelwa ngaye.
First, I want to mention that the investigation officer completed a statement and he took that through the necessary procedures, court procedures to be signed and then handed it back.
Manje engisho umfisa ukusho ukuthi ke lo enza uphenyo kulolu daba lokwagcwalisa konke akudinge ukuthi agcwalisa akudlulise nalawo akufanele ukuthi khona kuyobhekwa khona futhi kwamukelwe khona engakasifaki ke isicelo.
Please note, in this stage, the analyst stand alone. He not apply for any information or statements from the service provider.
Manje ke lana lona ohlaziyayo yena uzimele akudingeki ukuthi afake izicelo kulabo abahambisa izingcingo.
It's only the investigation officer who do that. The analyst only receive instructions or requests from the investigation officer.
Manje ofaka leso sicelo ke ilona wenza uphenyo kulolu daba lona wenza ohlaziyayo yena uthola konke ekuthola kulona ke owenza uphenyo.
The reason why we're doing it like that is to ensure your chain of evidence.
Manje ke lokhu kwenzelwa ukuthi kungalahleki ukuthi konke abakutholile kwahamba kwasuka kuphi kwaya kuphi kwaphathwa obani kwaze kwafika kubani.
Then after the court's approval, the request of full information is completed and handed to TSU. That's our SAP office, and it's been handed to them by the investigation officer, and TSU stand for Technical Support Unit.
Athi uma sekutholile umbiko oletha lapha ku TSU okusho ukuthi ke kumele ukuthi Technical Support Unit.
TSU then issue a reference number to the application and forward the request, the Section 205 request, to the relevant service provider, like in this instance, Vodacom.
Wathi ke TSU uma sekutholile lokho iyadlulisa ke isicelo lesi isiyisa kulabo ke abaphethe lolu cingo lokubuzwa ngalo kodwa ende kuloko esikhuluma ngako kwakwaba kwaveta khona.
Then TSU send it to Vodacom.
Manje ku TSU isidlulisela kwa Vodacom.
Vodacom attended to the request and sent back the copy to our TSU office in a PDF copy.
Manje ke uma ke labo ke abakwa Vodacom sebetholile ke isicelo bayawulungisa kumbiko bese bewubuyisela kwaba kwa TSU bewubuyisa uhlobo lwe PDF.
Now, the PDF document from the service provider, in this instance Vodacom, what does it contain?
It contains all the cell phone records of the cell phone.
Manje ke thole wonke umbiko okhuluma ngaleyo cell phone le PDF document.
But also take note, it's not including any, let's say, personal information. Like if I save someone's name to a number, it doesn't include it. That is still your personal information which is stored on your handset.
Manje kodwa ke ayikulethi lokhu ukuthi inamba kaSibanibani wayigcina ngaliphi igama ngoba lokho ubomuntu.
Then TSU converted the PDF files to Excel.
Manje kithi yesiyuki siyaguqula ke le PDF iyenza iExcel.
The reason for that is because A and B is only working on an Excel document, which is a working document.
What's A and B?
A and B program, I will come.
Manje ke kusho ukuthi lokhu bakwenzela ukuthi ngoba i-AMB le program esetshenziswayo ukuhlaziya isebenza kuphela kuma document awuhlobo lwe-Excel.
Now this document becomes a document of the SABC.
Manje ke emva kwalokho sekuba ke lona umquluko osetshenziswa kwa-SAPS.
Because the SAPS already changed the format of the things. Now it's a document or opposite the property of the SAPS.
Manje ngoba seyisitshintshiwe ke isikhishiwe ku-PDF ebekwa ku-Excel manje sekuba ke okwenziwe noma okwakhiwe abakwa-SAPS.
Now I also want to just give a small background on the AMB program. The AMB program is a program which we use in the police to link all the information which we receive from the service provider or from the cell phone downloader of the SA Police.
Manje kithi i-AMB lena iprogram esetshenziswayo ke ukubheka nomhlaziya ukuxhumana kwezingcingo kunako konke okutholakala ngaphakathi kwe-cellphone.
The section 205, like I already mentioned, will only have numbers on it. It will only show if there was a call between X and A, but they won't mention any names.
Manje ke i-AMB umisikhipha ke ulwazi izokhipha nje ukuthi i-cellphone enale number ifonele kuphi nakuphi kodwa ngeke ilikhiphe igama lomuntu.
Then we throw the Excel spreadsheet of the service provider, the section 205, in the AMB.
Manje bese sithatha ke le Excel esitholile ngale number bese sifaka khona lapha kule machine we-AMB.
Now I also want to mention this is only the information we receive from Vodacom or the service provider.
Ngifuna uphinde ngigcizelela ukuthi lokho ke ilo lwazi lonke silithola lapha kwalabo baphathi ingcingo Vodacom no MTN kanjalo kanjalo.
And now, Colin, if you can just maybe explain, if so you throw the Excel sheet on the ANB program, what do you mean?
Okay, not throw. Obviously, I imported it into an AMB program. Then the program do the rest. He will make linkages. He will tell us exactly that I did phone Advocate Beloy or I did phone someone else.
So ngisho echazayo ukuthi ke uma sengifake ngaphakathi kwale AMB lonke lo lwazi ukuphiwa lapha ku-Excel manje lizochaza ke i-AMB ukuthi mina ngafonela u-Advocate Beloy noma ngafonela bani omunye.
The AMB program is you can use it for anything. You can use it for movement, transactions, anything. It can even tell you where the guy was in the time of the call, and there's a lot of functions you can make use of. But in this,
ningi ke AMB engakwenzela kona ke hlola ukuthi umuntu wayesuka phephi ingakusho nokuthi umuntu wayelaphi eshaya ucingo ekuphi ngasiphi isikhathi. Kuningi nje ongakwenza ngayo.
But in this incident, I only use the cell phone numbers for record.
Kodwa ke lana ke ngisebenzisa izinamba zomakhalekhukhwini ke ukuthi ngenze lo mbiko.
If I can ask you to turn to page 2 of your affidavit, Exhibit 01.
Siya ekhasini lesibili le affidavit yakho.
Paragraph 3 thereof.
01.
That's correct. Must I read it?
No. Does that
explain?
Encapsulate what you've just explained now?
Yeah, it's part of it. I just want to, in my last part, sentence now. But it's what I did.
Affidavit. Ichaza khona konke leyo ngikusho manje.
Yeah, maybe just for record purposes, if you can just put that on record again, that paragraph 3.
Paragraph 3 of my previous statement, the conversation of the data does not involve the manipulation of data. No. I then used the analyst notebook program to draw an analyst notebook chart of the information, like I mentioned just now. I also placed all the cell phone data information which was received from service provider on the combined Excel spreadsheet for court purposes. I handed, is it right?
Yes, yeah. If you can maybe just start at paragraph 3, just below paragraph 3 as to how the program works.
You could watch it in here.
Yes.
Well, from the top.
Yeah, in order, with the sentence starting in order
Okay.
for the analyst notebook program.
Okay, in order for the analyst notebook program to read the information correctly, certain information must be edited. For example,
Ukuze ke le program le kuthiwa i-analyst notebook ikwazi ukwenza umsebenzi wayo, kukhona ke okunye ke ekufanele kulungiswe kule lolwazi lolufakile.
the analyst notebook doesn't recognize zeros as the beginning of the number.
Manje ke notebook lena ke inenkinga ukuthi ke ayikwazi ukuthi ibone u0 njengokuqala kwenamba.
So all the zeros must be removed.
Okusho ukuthi ke uma kubhekwe inamba o0 bonke amaqanda wonke la avela la phambi kweinamba afanele asuswe kuqala.
Then
Sorry. From my understanding, when you say all the zeros must be removed, are you saying the zeros which precede the number?
if it starts with a
Which
zero,
starts with a 0, it must be removed.
it must be removed.
But in the body of the number itself,
It stays there.
it stays there. Okay, fine.
Njengoba uma kuthiwa ke kukhishwa o0 laba noma amaqanda kusho ukuthi ke kukhishwa kuphela lamaqanda angaphambili kwenamba. Inamba iqala ngo0 iyakhishwa, kodwa ke omunye ku0 tholakala phakathi nenamba akakhishwa.
Okay.
Then we added through the program, the IMB program, a 27. The 27
But okwenziwa emva kwalokho ukuthi kuvele kufakwe le number lena u27.
Sorry, just before you proceed, you explain in light of what the court has asked you, just read that part after, so all the zeros are removed. You give an example there.
Okay. If the number is 078 676 2445 is converted to the number 786 762 445.
Njengoba manje njengoba bechaza ukuthi kususwa ke o0 lapho inamba ke iqala u078 676 2445 igcina ke isibhalwe ngeqala ngo78 676 2445.
Then you added the 27 to the number, then the number becomes 27 786 76 2445.
Manje ke njengoba sitheke ufika ujobelele lo 27 ngasekuqaleni kwenamba, igcina ke le number isiwu 27 786 76 2445.
The reason why we added the 27, that's the code for South Africa.
Manje ke lokho esikufaka lapha ukuthi iyona code ye South Africa yamafoni.
If you work on, let's say, Zimbabwe or someone out of the country, some of them is 26, then you just add the 26 before.
Manje uma kusetshenzwa ngeinamba zamazwe angaphandle anjengaseZimbabwe kufanele kufakwe ke icode yaleyo lelo lizwe enjengo 26 noma 24.
The reason for that is that the program, in his identity, he is only reading the number, then he will make a linkage to that number. So if there is a 0 before, then the program will read it as a different number.
Manje kusho ukuthi ke lokho kwenzelwa ukuthi phela uma inamba ibona iqala ngalezo inamba iyabona ukuthi inamba, kodwa uma kuno0 ibona ngenamba ehlukile.
Then your IMB program got two functions. You got the identity and you got the label.
Manje ke la kule program le MP ukhona ke la imisebenzi emibili eyenzayo. Eyokuqala ilokhu kubizwa ukuthi identity, okusho ukuthi ukuzama ukwazi ukuthi iyiphi le number, and the second function
The label.
lokho kwesibili ke kusho ukuthi lokho bakubizwa ukuthi kwe label, okusho chaza ukuthi ke iyiphi le number ekhulunywa ngayo.
Okay, then my next point, a common number is removed that would give false links, like a phone number like 100 or 111 or 144. If you phone for, let's say, a message, or you send for someone, please call me, then all of us will have connections with each other. That's why we delete that numbers.
But let's say number, let's say 144, let's fona, please call me, zonke ziyasuswa.
We also remove all the plus and the zeros and all the prefixes.
Bathi ke lokhu kufakayo ngasekuqaleni kwenamba njengo plus no zero konke kuyasuswa.
Because, like I already mentioned, if there's a plus in front of the number, the MP program will read it as a different number.
Njengoba singishilo ukuthi mangaba no plus ngaphambi kwenombolo, MP program izobona kuyenye inomba.
Must I complete the whole paragraph?
Yes,
Just then my next point is the conversion of the data does not involve the manipulation of the data.
Manje ukuguqulwa kwalolu lwazi lolu akusho ukuthi kukhona ke okuguqulwa i-conversion learner sisichaza ukuthi ishintshwa ibe ngalendlela umshini ozokwazi ukuyifunda ngayo kodwa ke okukhona ngaphakathi akuguqulwa kusale kuseyiloko kuyikona.
I then use the analyst notebook program to draw the analyst notebook chart.
Manje
of the
emva kwalokho
information.
ke sengidraw ama-chart ngisebenzisa ke i-analyst notebook.
Yes. Sorry, because the previous sentence that you've just read, that was the crux of the allegation against you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just so sorry, yeah, because it's past history. But you see, you read it as follows. The conversion of the data doesn't involve the manipulation of the data.
That's correct.
Just explain that, because this is what's worrying this
Yes.
court.
Okay. What happened then? I actually must come back to my new statement.
Yeah,
We was talking about the section 205, of which we only got cell phone numbers.
that's it.
Yeah. Now I also receive the cell phone download
Yeah.
from the downloader of the police.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with Vodacom.
Yeah,
Vodacom won't have it.
yeah.
Yeah. This is actually only information we receive from SAP and it's SAP, let's say, property. Then we do actually the same with that information. I also got my cell phone list with numbers, with a 2 or a 0 in front. It depends on how they save the number on the cell phone. Then I also remove the 0 or a 27, but also with that, with your contact list, then you have the name to the number. And that is the difference between Vodacom and the download. So then we do the same with that, also imported it into the AMB program. But now you also use your number, as I said, with the identity label. And then you come down to label, then you give him the number and the name. You import it to AMB program, and then the program will do the linkages. Of course, he will pick up my number with my name, and maybe it's only under section 205, my name only as a number. Then he will combine the two.
Okay,
So the program will pick up the number and combine the two.
okay.
Actually, I can't do anything about it, it is the program.
Yeah, I hear you.
Manje ke lokho kuguqulwa khulunywa ngako akukona ukuguqulwa ukuletha okukukhohlisa kulesi number efakayo ngoba njengoba sengishilo ukuthi kuyasuswa o0 and no plus labo bayasuswa kodwa ke kufanele kususwe ngoba uma sisebenzisa le analysis le program yeMB ifuna ungohlobo oluthize lezi number kusho kodwa akusho ukuthi ziyaguquka zingasafani nezinamba ezilethwa uVodacom kodwa ke iprogram yona ifuna ukuthi kube noshintsho olufakwayo ukuze ukwazi ukubona lezi number kahle.
And regarding your last statement that you can't do anything about the about it is the program. Is there any human intervention in that process that you've just
No,
described?
not at all.
Athi ke khona ke kwenziwa umuntu kuko konke lokhu ukushona athi cha kukho kwenziwa isandla somuntu.
I also want to mention here that that time when we applied for the section 205 or the investigation officer, the Poppy Act wasn't active. It was 2014.
Please come again.
The Poppy Act wasn't applicable in 2014.
Bathi ngelesi sikhathi ke sasifaka i-section 205 i-Poppy Act yayingaka bi umthetho eSouth Africa.
And like I also already mentioned here in my previous statement, I received the section 205 and the downloads for investigation from the investigation officer. Place it on a spreadsheet, which is a working document.
Bathi hayi ngathola ke isicelo esasivela kumseshi ngase ngasifaka edocumentini okuyilona esasilisebenzisa eliyi-spreadsheet.
This is only done to present a user-friendly and understandable working document to the court.
Lokhu ke kwenzelwa ukuthi silethe umbiko ofundekayo nosebenzisekayo enkantolo.
As I already mentioned in my previous statement, paragraph 3 and 10, I didn't change anything.
Njengoba sengishilo ke statement sami paragraph 3 and 10 akukho engakuguqula.
Then, as mentioned in my previous statement, paragraph 3, I did mention that I made use of both the section 205 and the downloaders to explain to the court and make use of certain terms, the MOC and the MTC. The MOC and the MTC is an indication if a call was received or made by a person. That's normal speaking terms for an analyst.
Manje njengoba ngiphawulile ke ngasebenzisa section 205 futhi ke nama-download ukuthi ngenze umbuko wami ngoba la engangikubheka lana ngisebheka u-MOC ukusho ukuthi ucingo oluphumayo ne-MTC ochaza ucingo olungenayo efonini.
Yeah, and just before you proceed, Colonel, can I just take you back to your first statement, Exhibit O in brackets 1, page 17. You mentioned that you received the section 205 and the downloads from the investigating team. If you can just place on record just that information at the top of page 17.
That's correct. I received the downloads from Sergeant Muswana.
Section
Yeah.
2?
Muswana.
Yes, just read the whole case reference.
Okay, case reference. It's Vosloorus, CAS 636 of 10/2014.
Icala ke ekhulunywa ngalo icala laseFosloras 636 of 2016. Lapho ngingathi ngathola
14.
isection 2014.
Yeah.
Sorry, my lord. Lapho ngingathola khona izicelo se-205 nokuthi kudownload okwakuvela ku Sergeant Mushwana.
Exhibit ID, that's a forensic bag, PA 500 208 7781.
Leyo ke inamba ke ya lesi sikhwama lesokalethwa ngaso.
Case operator, that's the guy who downloaded the cell phone, it's Sergeant Muswana.
Manje owadownloada le cellphone kwaku Sergeant Mushwana.
Device type is a ZTE V795.
Manje ke uhlobo ke lwale cellphone kwaku ZTE V795.
The IMEI number of the handset 8633720213762214.
Manje ke inombolo ke yala lamakhalekhukhwini IMEI number yakhona u86 33 72 02 13 76 215.
The serial number, they didn't complete the serial number. Cell phone number, it's 827044358.
Manje ke lana ke I number yala makhalekhukhwini kwaku 82 704 4358.
The name of the suspect, Kelly Kumalo.
Manje ke igama ke likamsolwa lapha uKelly Khumalo.
The date of birth and ID number, they also leave out, they didn't complete it.
Manje ke sengifakwe ukuthi wazalwa nini ID yakhe.
Offense, murder.
Manje ke icala kukhulunywa ngalo elokubulala.
Investigation officer, Lieutenant Colonel Neertling. That time he was involved.
Kuthiwa owayemseshi ngaleso sikhathi kwakuyi Lieutenant Colonel Neertling. Ngaleso sikhathi ke wayesekhona kulolu daba.
Then the unit is TOMS.
Yes. Thank you. And
Unity ke what's the unit name?
TOMS, TOMS.
Unity with TOMS TOMS.
and that cell phone number, is it complete?
That's correct.
But the telephone number leyo iphelele.
Right, thank you. We can then get back to your
No statement.
affidavit, triple K6.
And I also want to mention to the court, Kelly Kumalo wasn't treated as a suspect. We concentrated on her as a person of interest.
Bathe ngaleso sikhathi uKhona Khumalo wayengabona njengomsolo kodwa wayebona njengomuntu ongaba nokuthiza angakusiza leli cala ngalo.
We did discover the number of Nkani, suspect number 5,
Sayithola ke inamba kaNkani umsolo wesihlanu.
with number +27 73 305 9202.
Thiwa ke inamba ke wo 2773 3005 9202.
This number is being confirmed by e-notice and bank statements of the suspect 5.
Manje ke le number ke kwathola isiqiniseko sokuthi yakhe kwa e-notice waphinde watholakala futhi ne makusetshenziswa ama i-statement zasebank ukuthi yakhe.
I just want to interrupt you, sorry, Colonel, to refer to Exhibit AAA in brackets 1 is the affidavit of the e-notice expert at the Road Traffic Management Corporation, Mr. Chupie Christopher Matlow. On page 7, there's an infringement notice and the cell phone number.
That's correct, my lord. Must I read the number out for the court?
Is the name of the infringer in whose name the infringement notice was issued?
That's correct. Ntuli.
Igama elivela lapho igama likaNtuli.
Yes, initials, names.
Initials is F, Foxtrot.
Ama initials ke akhe u-F.
Yes.
It was a Volkswagen Polo, grey. And the cell phone number is 073 305 9202.
Cellphone ke elivela lapho 073 305 9202.
Does that number accord with the information that's contained in paragraph 5 of your affidavit, the one that is just said?
That's correct, my lord.
Le number ihambelana nalevela lapha ku affidavit yami paragraph 5.
You also mentioned that you use bank records as your source to determine the number. I just want to show you Exhibit EE in brackets 6. It's bank records from NetBank. Can you just place on record the cell phone number there?
Sifuna ukuthi afunde i-cellphone evela lapha kuma bank record.
That's correct, my lord. That is a bank record of NetBank, of F. Ntuli. And they also mentioned the same cell phone number, plus 27 73 305 9202.
Thiwa ke lapha ke evela ukuthi lena i-bank statement yaseNetbank usho ukuthi igama lapha kuthiwa ka-F Ntuli and the number ke ebonakala lapho u-2773 305 9202.
Yes, thank you. You can proceed from your statement.
In my note, I want to start with Exhibit K1.
Siqala ngombukiso triple K1.
That is from the cell phone download. It's also mentioned in my previous statement.
Lokuvela ku cellphone download futhi ke ngisengibikile estatementini sami sangaphambili.
The device boot up. That means that the device has been, everything on the device has been cleaned, deleted.
Kuthiwa ke lapho konke kokula ngaphakathi kwamakhalekhukhwini kwakususile.
You try to delete all the information on your on your cell phone, and then he will reboot himself.
Kuthiwa kumususa konke lapha kumakhalekhukhwini uyaqala futhi uzama ukuthi uyivuse futhi leyo makhalekhukhwini uyilayithe futhi.
You've just testified that you mentioned this fact in your previous statement. I just want to show you your statement Exhibit O in brackets 1.
And it's on page 18.
Page 18.
That's correct, madam.
Page 18 kumbukiso okhona la enkantolo.
Boot up. device boot up.
So lokho ke uchaza i-device boot up.
Yes, you may proceed.
Then, my lord, if you compare the phone list, now we're going
So-
to triple K2.
Yeah, sorry, you're still on triple K1. Just put that information on record.
On triple K1, Kelly rebooted the handset during the early morning hours after the incident on 2014-10-27. That's why it did not have a complete memory of downloads of the phone book. See exhibit KK1.
Lokho khona kumalo ngomhla 7 ngenyanga ka-October 2014 wazama ukureporta le phone ngoko yikho nje ukungaphakathi akubonakala kungaphelele.
And the time that this happened, what time was it?
The time was 01:31:38 a.m. in the morning.
To lokwenzeka ngesikhathi ka-01:31:38 ekuseni.
But now you must also remember it's a download.
Ngisikhumbulele ukuthi lokhu kuvela ngalokho kuthiwa i-download.
It's a plus 2 hour rule.
What's that?
So it only mentioned the 2 hour rule. So in other words, you must add 2 hours. So it's 1:01:51. Now it's become 03:51.
Manje kuthiwa khona ke le ndlela abasenza ngayo ukuthi khona lo mthetho wama-2 ukuthi uma inamba isikhathi ku-131:35 kugcina seku-03:31:35.
Yes, you may proceed.
Okay, then I proceed to exhibit number triple K2. If you compare the phone list from both the section 205 and the downloads, Kelly constantly phoned family and friends.
Kuthiwa ke uma ubheka lapha umbukise triple K2 kuyabonakala ukuthi uKelly wayefonela abomndeni nabangani.
Yeah, I can also just so on the first page, it's like Senzo's friend Kenny Kenene and Kanye. That's all friends. Precious. It's all persons in their friendship.
Kuthiwa ke labantu laba abanye ke kunjengo Kenny kunene
You will
no
even,
Precious abantu ke nje abangani bami.
you will also found her sister's name there as well, Zandi.
Bathi uzothola ke nenamba kaZanti udadewabo khona la.
You will also found the number 2773-305-9202. Safe as NA.
Kuthiwa ke lapho ke uzothola nenamba ewu-2773-305-9202 ebekwe njengo NA.
If you found that one, you will see even on the top there was also a name which has been saved as I think something different.
Lethu uma ubheka ngenhlo uzobona elinye igama eligcinwe ngelinye nje igama elihlukile.
That Gogo Nzonga.
Just you will see NA.
Yeah,
Then they say that the word what the fuck.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. I don't think there's a person with that name.
Okay, it's what an F.
Yeah. So I think it's also something she tried to hide.
Manje kuyabonakala la ukuthi khona kuyazama ukufihla ngoba isigama elibhekile lapho akulona igama elisenzisekayo.
On the contact list, is there any other contact that's safe as N/A?
No, that's the only one.
Talikho elinye igama lapho eligcinwe mhlambe inye inamba egcinwe ngo-N/A.
Yes, you may proceed.
Then if we turn to the next page, what is important there, which I want to point out to the court, if it's my conclusion, this one, she must have 1,605 contacts or more.
Kuyabonakala lapho masibheka la kubonakala ngathi ke unabantu ke abakhona lapha abaneyinombolo zabo la ngaphakathi kwefoni abalingana 605.
The numbers is also not numerics. Like you will see, it start 8, 9, 11, 13, and then it jumps a lot. That is how the numbers has been deleted or missing.
Bathi uma ubheka la inamba yabona ukuthi zihamba kube khona la ubona khona ukuthi hayi ezinye zakhishwa.
You will also found that at 647, the email address of Kelly.
and then uzobona ukuthi ku number 647 kuna email address kakhe.
Then to the, just for the information of the court, triple K3, it's all the programs on the cell phone.
But lapha ku triple K3 kubonakala wonke ama-program la ngaphakathi kule cell phone.
And then I just want to mention, maybe in the previous one we didn't make it clear about the 2-hour roll, and I also think I forgot to add it to my stat, to my Excel spreadsheet. That is where the misunderstandings come.
Ngifuna ukuchaza ngalo 2-hour rule ngithe umthetho lo setshenziswayo kwamahora amabili ungachazanga kahle.
Sorry, you say you didn't mention the 2-hour rule in which document?
In my previous statement.
The previous statement?
That's correct.
Yeah, just tell us the page, the paragraph, so that you all,
That is on page 23.
on page 23.
Yeah.
Lapha ku page 23 statement samsanga phambili ngizange ngimchaze lo 2-hour rule engikhuluma ngayo.
Now, if we go to page 23 of my old statement,
Yeah,
if we consider, read the time, it must be 22:40:47. And if we go to exhibit number triple K4, then we trace the call using data.
let's hang on a bit.
You will see on my first page there. Eleventh entry from down.
Yes. Just put that exhibit number on record.
The triple K4.
Triple K4.
That's correct.
Can you say what number from the bottom?
You will see next on my last line is there's P23. It's my reference I put there.
But lapha ke ku exhibit 3 triple K4 ila ekulandelelwa khona ucingo.
I'm referring to the shaded portion.
That's correct.
Yes, just put the information on record.
It shows the number 2782-704-4358. Receive a call from 27-733-059-202.
Yes.
And it's on 2014-08-02, 10:40:47 p.m. In other words, it's 22.
Can I get the times again? The date and the time?
The date is
2014.
2014-08-02. And it's 10:40:47.
Kuthiwa ke le number go 082782704358 yathola ucingo oluvela ku 27-733-059-202 ngumhla ka-2 enyangeni yesi-8 ku-2014 lapho ke isikhathi kwaku 10:40:47.
Yes, and
Okay, then
duration?
the duration is also 1 minute and 50 seconds.
Kuthiwa ke isikhathi kwakuyiminute elilodwa nemizuzwana amashumi ayisihlanu.
That
Now-
comes back to the 110.
Manje ke ibuyela lapha ku-110.
So what would, in light of your explanation that you have to add 2 hours to a download,
Yes.
what would the actual time be?
The actual time will be then 00:40 in the early mornings of the next day.
Manje
Oh,
kuma
8:03.
sesinezezela ke lo 2 hours onesizelwayo ugcina isikhathi seku 00:40 and 47 wasekuseni osukwini olandelayo.
Then if you go to the exhibit number triple K5, you will find there, I think it's also been highlighted on the first page, that during that time she was using data. And now the court must also keep in mind, this information won't be to the disposal of Vodacom, because it's coming straight from the download.
Yeah, that's critical. Just explain that to us. Because the supposition or allegation is that there were numbers which, when they are compared with those which are on the PDF,
That's correct.
they don't correspond with the numbers on the parcel.
That's correct, yeah. That
Just explain that concept, because then it means this is fabricated.
Yeah.
Because the numbers must be the same. If they're not the same, there's manipulation,
Yeah.
there's fraud, etc.
No, that is in the beginning of the cell phone downloads. They did mention the UTC-2 plus UTC-2.
Yeah.
Then you must add the 2 hours. That comes in with the download of the cell phone information.
Right?
So then every time you have to count it plus. Some other countries is more, like 6 hours, but ours is 2.
So it's 2 hours.
Yeah. So if you just take your 205 and you read the time, and you're not adding the 2 hours on the download, it will looks like it's overlapping.
If you can refer to paragraph 9 of
Yeah,
Ms.
because-
Fathilingam statement, triple J in brackets 1.
Oh, 9, which one?
Ms. Fathilingam statement.
Yes. That's correct. Hers is section 205. It's straight from the service provider. So
Yeah.
that's real time.
That's real time.
Real time. If
Right.
you put it like that, yeah.
But umbuko ka Ms. Vaitilingam kuyabonakala ukuthi ivela ku 205 futhi ukuthi kusetshenziswa ke isikhathi esifana nesikhathi esisetshenziswayo.
And then in the person, obviously, it must change.
That's correct. Yeah.
But explain to us, because, we are dunderheads. We don't
Yeah.
get this.
But if you come, yeah, I don't know why it's working like that.
Yeah.
But that's
You say it's the
rules.
program.
That's a program.
Yeah, fine.
It's a program from download machine.
That's it.
Yeah. And it also can differ. Let's say if I set up my phone and I set up my date not correct and the time not correct, then the cell phone download will also show that time. Then it can be, let's say if I got the cell phone, it can be 2 hours plus the difference in which you save the time on your phone when you set it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rata will say to you, on the PDF disk or program, you said you phoned Kelly at 9 minutes past 2. And yet on the parcel, it shows that Kelly was phoned at 11 minutes past 2.
If it's under section 205,
That's it, yeah.
if he was using the towers,
That's
then
it,
it
yeah.
will say 2 minutes, same at 2 minutes past 9.
Yeah.
But if it's on data and then it's not appearing on the 205, then it won't be on the 205, but it will be in that side. And then will be reflected on my download, what time it phones. Then if it was on
Yeah.
my download, it shows 2 minutes past 9, then it's plus 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ukhona kuhluka ekhathini lapho kusetshenziswa ifoni ngoba kwesinye isikhathi ke uma kuwukuthi kukhona ke ukudownloadile kungagcina kubonakala ngesikhathi esehlukile kulesi sikhathi esefoni ngoba kukhona nalo 2 hours ofanele unezezelo.
Even if you go to the last triple K5, you will see she's still in the same vicinity as, let's say, the minus 2 hours. She was on her way back from Kimberley to Joburg. And if you look at the sum of data she was using, she was definitely not driving. She was a passenger in the vehicle.
Okay,
Because she was busy with data.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wayenohamba ngaleso sikhathi ngoba kuyabonakala ukuthi ngendlela ayisebenzisa ngayo idatha kusho ukuthi wayengake kwangena wayeshayela kokhona wayemshayelela.
And then if we go back,
Just place the whole information then on KK triple K5.
what I mentioned to the court is, you can see she's still moving in the same, let's say the same direction as being mentioned on the section 205. It
So
also
that-
shows which towers she was using with the data.
So ke lana ke kuyabonakala ukuthi kuyafana nakule lokuvela lapha section 205 ukuthi wayehamba elandela maphi amathawa ekhombisa ukuthi wayekuphi ngesikhathi ngasiphi isikhathi.
Yes, just place the whole information on record. The numbers, the towers, the times,
Okay.
and the data used.
Okay. We can go to this. It's also been highlighted. The number 2782704 4358 with SIM card number 6550 1550 139 6061.
Yes.
And then the IMEI number, that's a handset number, that's the same one we already read into the record, 35150 305 303 538. Then the date, 3rd of August 2014 at 01:46:11. Then the duration 0. Call ID is 1692. There was a Britskop, 3G Britskop, and it's BlackBerry Net.
Meaning?
BlackBerry Net was using, she was using data. She wasn't using normal cell phone call.
Yeah.
And then we can see in the last column, volume of bytes. It's 125665. So she was quite active.
Kuthiwa ke lana ke le number ke le u-2782 4358 iSIM card yayo ke u-6550150139661 i-IMEI yayo ku-35150 305 303 538 ngela ilanga lakhona kwakumhla 3 August 2014 and isikhathi ku-01:46:11 kuthiwa ke kuyabonakala ukuthi yayiqhubana naletha ekuthiwa uBlackScope and kuthiwa ngaleso sikhathi yayisebenzisa iBlackberry Net okusho ukuthi wayesebenzisa idatha wayengasebenzisi ifoni ekujwayelekile ivolume ke kukhulunywa ngayo kwaku-2125665.
Yes, you explain one call. Can you explain the other one, the other call?
The other call, it happened on the 15th of October.
Yes, which exhibit are you referring to?
And now I'm back again at K4.
Yes, page.
It's the fourth last page, 4, yeah. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 from the back.
Yes, just place the information on record.
You will see also on my last line, my lord, I've mentioned there the page 44111 or
Yeah.
11. I will come to that one now.
Okay.
The cell phone number is in.
We need to be put in perspective as well as to what pages. There should not be a conversation between the state
Actually,
and
he
the
says
witness.
triple K4.
Yes, but what page?
The fourth page from the last.
That we did not hear. Which
Yeah,
is
he
the
did
reason
say-
why I
Mr.
say
Mr.
avoid
Mnisi,
talking
this
to the
witness
witness
did
and
say
keep it
that.
a conversation between yourself and the
No,
witness.
it's not a
If there's
conversation.
bias.
Please. Sir, did you say it's the fourth last page?
That's correct, my lord.
He says we never said it. We are having a conversation with.
I never said it.
What did
not
you say,
it.
sir?
I say he must say it in such a way that we all are able to follow.
I heard him. I heard him.
But the fact that the court heard him does not mean that I heard him, which is the reason why I'm standing up to request that we also need to follow what he's saying. But I never said that he never said it. Those words do not come from my mouth, and I'm going to request the court to avoid putting words that are never said in my mouth.
Apologies, my lord. It's the fourth page from the end that the witness is referring to.
It's not numbered, that page itself. Eh?
Yes.
No.
So you start at the back of the page.
Yes, at the back.
that's
If you
correct,
count from the back, it's the last one. It's the first page, second last, second, third last will be third, then fourth last will be the fourth page.
I'm sorry for this. That's the way the printer printed from the download.
There's a shaded portion there. Can you just explain?
Yeah, it's a shaded portion. And I also mentioned there in the last line, page 4411. If you go to exhibit triple K5,
Yes.
then you will also, there, that page has been numbered.
Okay. Yes, but just put this information on record first.
Okay, the first column is a cell phone number involved. It's 27827 044 358. Receive a call from the number 227 733 059 202. And the time, it's 2014 10:15 at 17:53:57 PM. With other words, plus 2, then you becomes 193357. And the time duration is 01:58.
Kuthiwa ke le number lena u-082 704 4358 iyathola ucingo oluvela ku-277 33 069 202. Isikhathi ilanga koku 2014 10:15, isikhathi ko 17:33 57. Isikhathi ke bahlala umzuzu owodwa nemizuzwana yamashumi amathathu nesishiyagalombili.
And if I can then ask you to turn again to Ms. Van Thillingen's statement on paragraph 9, J1. Just explain this in relation to that information on paragraph 9, the second call there.
The second call?
Of the 50.
Yeah. The call has been made, this one has been made via the towers, normal airtime.
Le call lena yenziwa ihambisana isahambiswa amathawa kusho ukuthi ke kusetshenziswa umoya wefoni ojwayelekile.
Sorry, when you say, is it the internet operating?
No, it's a normal
The normal,
way of calling.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's not data.
It's not
It's
data.
not data, okay.
It's this airtime
Yeah,
to pay
fine.
for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and the time reflected in Exhibit J1, Ms. Van Thillingen's statement?
It's the time is 2240 on the second call is 17:53:57.
Yes.
I'm a bit lost.
Sorry, okay.
The time?
The time is 17:53:57.
Isikhathi u-17:33:57
And the duration is 998.
and kusho is seconds. 98 seconds.
98 seconds. Yes.
Njengoba imizuzwana amashumi ayishagalolunye nenhlanu.
And just explain this vis-a-vis the downloads, using
Yeah.
the time on the download.
This one must differ from the download because on your download you got to 2 hours plus 2 hours, and the cell phone data from Vodacom or any service provider is real time.
Njengoba wenza ukuthi kuhluke lokho ukuthi lawa ku-download kubonakala kufanele kufakwe ama-hour amabili, kodwa ke uma kuyilevela kwa-Vodacom ikhombisa isikhathi esejwayelekile.
Yes, thank you. You may proceed.
My Lord, I just want to see because I see now on this second page we print the wrong one.
Which page are you referring to? The second page before?
On triple K5.
Okay.
We printed the wrong page here.
Right. Maybe that would be. Just if I can maybe borrow my exhibit.
Is that the,
Triple four.
No,
double four, double
this is the wrong page.
which one is the wrong one?
The second call.
Just write that the whole page is wrong.
That's correct.
Incorrect. Just write incorrect page, and then you circulate it to everybody, so that it doesn't appear mysterious after that.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, just write it. You don't get rid of it. Just write that it's the wrong page or incomplete page, however you want to phrase it, and sign it your name and date today.
Just before you proceed, just look at exhibit triple K5, the second page, the fifth call from the bottom.
Yeah, but if you go to the first column,
Yes.
it's not her number.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That is why someone print a long page.
Okay.
Right, circulate it on the stage, everybody else,
I will do-
even for me also. So that information was incorrectly placed there.
On that one, yeah. But I can quickly go to
Yes.
Yeah,
this one.
and get the correct
Yes.
information.
Yes.
144.
If we can maybe just, we didn't take the short adjournment
Yeah,
this
let's
morning.
finish this exercise first.
Okay. Is it good, please?
Did you get that page, Mr. Sabag? The one the witness says it's incorrect. Hello? Did you get that incorrect page?
Yes, the incorrect page, that's the one that has been attached. We're just looking for the correct one.
No, just circulate it first.
Yes,
And then make a copy of it.
yes,
Because
yes, we have circulated.
you've circulated it on everybody.
Yes.
Okay?
As a court, please, perhaps not to put the witness under pressure, if we can just adjourn for a few
That's
minutes.
all. What time is it?
It's 12 o'clock.
Okay.
Just for about 10,
15 minutes
10,
then.
15 minutes. Colonel Steyn, if you can just proceed from where you stopped by reference to Exhibit Triple K 5 in bracket B, the newly handed up page.
That's correct, my lord.
What is it? Can you just identify the page?
The page reference number is K5 in brackets B, and the page number is 2011 of 4649.
And what is this?
It's also a traction out of the section 205, which shows us the data of the calls.
So lapha Castle Pete Triple K in brackets 5B. Lapha Castle Corner 2011 out of 4649. So lapha iloko kisha section 205 la kumisa khona data.
Yes, you see extraction out of section 205, which shows data of calls, of which number and whose cell phone number?
It's from the cell phone number 827 044 358.
So la kuvela number 27 82704 4358.
And as belonging to?
Kelly Kumalo.
So the number ke umniniyo uKelly Kumar.
Yes, you can proceed.
Then I can also mention that the call in question, which we highlighted on exhibit Triple K4, also highlighted in the fourth last place. With the same number, 2704 4358, received a call at 17:53:57.
So the number is 2782704438. Yathola i-call ngesikhathi sika 17:33:57.
Then we can also see that there was data usage
Kuyabonakala futhi ukuthi nedata yasetshenziswa.
between the 14th or the 15th of October and the 16th of October.
So yasetshenziswa ngomhla ka-15 kuyofika ngomhla ka-16 ku-October.
Which exhibit are you referring to now?
Triple K5B.
Yes.
Well, what I can also mention here, if you go to the data usage of the bytes, it doesn't show us how much is being used, but it can happen that she put on, let's say she's on the data the whole time, and she also listens to music or something else. Then it won't show you when she starts, it will only show you when it ends. No, when it ends.
So lana khombisa ukuthi data kwasetshenziswe ngakanani ngoba uma ukuthi kwayelalela umculo angeke itshengise ukuthi yaqanga ngasikhatsini kodwa izokutshela ukuthi wagcina ngasikhatsini.
If you go to the line number 8, then when the time is 17:58:14, the tower reception is exactly the same as the tower reception. It's been mentioned by the section 205, where it was in Ivy Dale Farm, Limpopo.
So isikhathi ke lapho ko 17:58:14 and futhi kuyabonakala ukuthi le tower yasetshenziswa iyona le tower ebonakala ku section 205 okuthiwa i-Ivy Dale eseMlimpopo.
Yes.
Okay, then I just want to mention that during my performance of my official duties, the mentioned information were only for the purpose of analyzing who were not changed or been placed in the position of an unauthorized people.
Isikhathi ngenza umsebenzi wami engichazile ngalolu lwazi lona ukuthi umsebenzi wami kwakuhlaziya nje ganganikiwe umsebenzi ukuthi ngiguqule futhi nganikiwe umsebenzi abantu abanganalo igunya.
Can you just read, before proceeding, just read the paragraph above, paragraph 7, exhibit triple K4 and 5.
Exhibit triple K4 and 5 must be read together if both are available, because it's not always that you're in position of the download of the phone. You're only in the position of the download of the phone if the suspect or the target has been arrested or the phone has been handed into us for download. Otherwise, you can only work under section 205.
So exhibition K4 no 5 bayifunde kanye qhathaniswa uma ukuthi zombili ziyatholakala ngoba kuyakhombisa ukuthi umnini wale data lana ngesikhathi ke kushawa ucingo noma kwenziwa ukuthiza kwakuseduze kwe tower efanayo.
It clarifies the fact that the owner used data time of the call or absence and in which vicinity the tower of the reception is.
Lobe ngisanda ukuchaza ukuthi kuyabonakala ukuthi kusetshenziswa isikhathi nedata ngelesikhathi kusetshenziswa itower ethize.
In my conclusion, I can therefore confirm that there was communication between Kelly Komalo on cell phone number +27 82 704 4358 with accused number 5.
Kuthiwa ngingaletha isiqiniseko sokuthi ke kwakukhona ukuxhumana phakathi kaThelly Khumalo cell phone is 2782 704 4358 nomsolwa wesihlanu.
And Mkani with cell phone number +27 73 305 9202 on the following dates 2014 0802 and 2014 1015 using internet, which will not appear or show under normal section 205. You can only get it from downloading if the phone is available.
Kuthiwa lokho okukhulunywa ngaye ke uMkani one cellphone yakhe kwakuyi 27 73 305 9202 ngalamalanga ke umhla ka2 wenyangeni yesi8 ku2014 kufaka mhla ka15 kaOctober 2014 kwakusetshenziswa ke internet le ngaveli ke ku section 205 ngayithola leyo ngokuthi wenze idownload yefone.
Do you confirm the correctness of your affidavit?
That's correct. I confirm the correctness.
Athi yakuvuma ke ukuthi ke i-affidavit yakhe yonke inobuqiniso.
And apologies to the court, my lord. It was just a miscommunication between me and the lady who printed for that wrong page.
Xolisayo ukuthi ke kube nenkinganyana zokuthi ipage lela alifakile bekungelona ukuthi nje yilona babezwananga kahle nalo obemenzela umsebenzi ukuthi ethule lo mbiko.
If I can ask you to go back to exhibit triple K in brackets 3. You've already testified that this is the list of all the programs and applications on the cell phone, is that correct?
That's correct, my lord.
Exhibit 3.
That's right.
And applications, what is the normal acronym for applications?
Apps. Programs.
Thike la umbiko utriple K3 ukhombisa wonke ama-app akhona la ngaphakathi kwefone.
If you turn to page 3, the pages are not numbered, but if you count from the first page, be page 1, second page will be page 2, and third page will be page 3. That is the last page.
That's correct. On that page,
What is the app or the application that appears there on that page?
on that page, it's clear that she did have WhatsApp on her phone,
Kuthiwa ke lapha kuyabonakala ukuthi wayenaye uWhatsApp kuleyo phone.
as well as Twitter, but we haven't got the Twitter
Since, yeah.
messages. But it proves to us that she got programs in which she can use data.
Athi-ke kuyakhombisa ukuthi nanoma ekhona Twitter kodwa engawusebenzisa maye kodwa ke lokhu kuveza ukuthi wayekwazi ukuthi sebenzisa ama-program asebenzisa idatha.
And still on your affidavit exhibit O in brackets 1, pages 26 and 27, you've briefly touched on those pages in your evidence today, but can you just explain in detail what appears there on page 26 and 27?
What appears here, it's a worksheet, an Excel spreadsheet from the section 205.
Ukuvela kulelo khasi page 26 i-Excel spreadsheet ekhishwe ku-section 205.
Yes.
As well, combined as well as with the cell phone downloads.
Lana-ke ihlanganiswe ne-cell phone download.
It's like I mentioned in the beginning, I combined the two Excel spreadsheet of the section 205 and the downloads to make it easier to present to the court.
Athi-ke njengoba sengichazile-ke ngihlanganisile i-Excel spreadsheet evela ku-section 205 nama-download ukuze kube lula ukuthi kwethulwe la enkantolo.
So in other words, is this the information that comes from Vodacom?
That's correct.
Bathi lona
Pages 26 and
ukuthi ulwazi
27.
oluvela kwa-Vodacom.
Is that a section 205 or is it something that you use to illustrate?
It's something which I use to illustrate. It's from the section 205 and the download.
Athi-ke lokho yilo engikusebenzisile ukuthi ngikwazi ukuthi ngizokhombisa kangcono la enkantolo kodwa kuphuma lapha ku-section 205 nakuma-download.
And will this information accord with the information on the section 205?
It will go hand in hand.
Yes.
But you can't, if you're in the position of the cell phone download, it's better to work with both of it. So the two can't be different from each other. But it's only the 2-hour time lapse which can make a difference.
Athi kumsebenza ngama-download lolwazi lolufanele ukuthi liyabonakala ukuthi liyahambisana kodwa kuzoba nalokuhluka kwesikhathi sika 2 hours.
As a court, please, my lord, as indicated earlier this morning that the defense has got an appointment at 1300 hours. We think this is the appropriate time to call it a day. We'll then proceed tomorrow.
Are you available tomorrow?
That's correct, my lord.
You are not being inconvenienced in any way.
No, okay. I'm good.
You'll train off your pension, even if you are not there.
It's a long leave.
Okay. Any objection to the kennel standing down until 10 o'clock tomorrow? Ms. Mshalole, any objection?
No, my lord.
Okay. Okay, thanks. Then we reconvene tomorrow at 10.